Good evening and welcome to Collectables. My name is Liam, and in today's episode we're going to be taking a look at the following. So I've always been a massive new Captain Scarlet fan. Now I refer to the words new Captain Scarlet is because there's the original, which is based on puppets like Thunderbirds, and you've got the new Captain Scarlet, which is CGI. Now, I originally grew up with that, so that's why I favour more towards the new Captain Scarlet rather than the original. Got nothing against the original, it's just my preference. These videos, because there's going to be quite a few of this particular line of products. There have been quite a few of these, and they're all going to be based on the new Captain Scarlet. So if you'd like to see more of them, then please make sure you are subscribed. We're going to start this review by taking a look at the box. So, as you see, the kind of branding for these new Captain Scarlet is all like an orangey red colour. So every time I saw this on shelves, or every time I saw it, I was like, wow. I don't know why. Don't know what it was. It's just the colour palette that's used. It really kind of brings you in, essentially. And straight away, I got lots to cover on this box. So, start from the top left. We got the new Captain Scarlet logo, which is Gerry new Captain Scarlet. In the top right, we've got the jet that's included, the Destiny Angels Falcon Interceptor with Colonel White, which is a 3cm minifigure. We've got a graphic of the actual CGI Skybase. The original was known as Cloudbase. This is known as Skybase. You've got a Angel Falcon taken off and a few other vehicles on show. You've got central control right in the centre there with all the various runways of Skybase. And then down below we've got more Falcons to show you. And then we've got Deluxe Skybase. A few different things to read out here. So we've got lift both runways to reveal repair zone and vehicle storage hangar, which we'll take a look at in a second. Bottom left here, we've got lighting and lighting and exciting sounds from the TV show. I've got dyslexia, so do apologise. Moving and repair arm and rotating turntables. So lots to cover. And then the top right, we've got 4+, which doesn't really matter how old you are, does it? Especially doesn't on Collectables. You can be whatever age you like. Taking a look outside the box in no particular order. So there's a few different things that were made, a few different toys models that were made by Bandai for new Captain Scarlet, which we'll cover throughout the various videos that I'm going to be doing on new Captain Scarlet, so make sure you're subscribed. So starting at the top, we've got the figures itself, which we've got Colonel White. No, we haven't. We've got Captain Black, Captain Scarlet, and Captain Blue. There is a few others as well, which are not shown on there. We've got the actual phone itself, and we've got the exciting stuff, which is the mini vehicles. Now, there's only 2 sets shown on the side of the box, but there is a few more, which we'll cover a little later on. On the back of the box, lots going on in this as well. I actually remember when I was little, because I asked for this for Christmas many years ago. I think it was around 2006, 2007, depending on when it was on shelves in Toys R Us, which is near me at the time, which is not a Toys R Us anymore, as of this video. I remember getting my mum or my dad to take a photo of the box and like stick it in a frame, which is what I wanted when I was little. You can call that very geeky or very nerdy, but that was just me, so I'm not going to apologise for that. You've got the graphic of what Skybase looks like, essentially. You can see the Angel there, and it kind of goes through the different processes of what happens when you land on Skybase. And starting with step 1, which is the landing itself, and then using the turntable, and then number three, it shows you in the moving kind of past the repair arm, which we'll take a look at closely shortly. And then the actual repair stage is complete. It's back onto the turntable. So after refueling and after getting the missiles on board or whatever it is, it's then ready for takeoff, and of course takeoff. And it just shows you some of the features that you can press, some of the buttons. And then on the other side, it kind of shows a screenshot of the other mini vehicles that you can buy, which are sold separately, of course. And then the bottom left, we've got like a brief description of new Captain Scarlet, which I'm going to read out because you asked me to. And I do apologise if I get this wrong in terms of spelling. So, the fight against evil, so I spelled it wrong, the fight against evil has begun. Nearly 40 years ago, the world trembled for the first time as the vengeful alien voice of the Mysterons threatened global death and destruction. After the Mysterons' attack while exploring Mars, Scarlet escapes the Mysterons' control. However, their genetic mutation of his body leaves him virtually indestructible, so that remains unchanged as the original, making him Spectrum's primary weapon against the aliens and their new instrument of destruction, Scarlet's one-time friend and now mortal enemy, Captain Black. And it's then got the website, which is www.captainscarlet.com, which, as of this video, is not a thing anymore. And then you've got a couple of logos in the bottom left, which is Spectrum's logo, CITV, which is what it was shown on in the UK, which is also no longer applicable. I think it's still part of ITV, but slightly separate now, and it's made by Granada. And of course it's made by Bandai, which their logo is on the screen as well. And for reference, there is a set number essentially, which is 96035. In terms of the other side of the box, we've got more stuff to show you. Again, I've got these ones as well, which we can do videos on if you want us to, so make sure you subscribe. It's the third time I've said that now, so we do apologise. We've got the Deluxe Cheetah, we've got the Deluxe Rhino. Rhino is personally my favourite. Yeah, we've got the gun, again, another one to take a look at. And then on top of the box, not much going on really. Just a little bit about the Skybase. I'm not going to read it all, but there's a lot to cover. Oh, and that's it, bash it down. And same again, it's got a few legal details and barcode, etc. So, and it is sealed, this, by the way. That's why it's heavy. If you want to pick one of these up before I go any further or anything, if you want to pick one of these up, obviously it's not something you can go and buy off Bandai's website, or nor is it Toys R Us. It's more eBay's your best bet for these. They come and go in boxes, quite a few of them around without boxes. Depends what you want really. So just bear that in mind. So next up, we're going to take a look at Skybase itself, and we're going to get it unboxed first. So this is sealed, literally factory sealed, so we'll unbox it together. That was a bit violent, wasn't it? So I'm going to use scissors because I didn't trust myself. And no, I haven't taped it up before the video. This is sealed as I've got it from somebody on eBay. And we better do this on its side because it's going to go horribly wrong otherwise. Tell you what, no, make it awkward. Oh, sorry about the noise. Making this look easy, aren't I? And we'll just put the other box to one side for a second. So, looking at the internal packaging a bit, so you've got the outline for the 3 parts of the Angel Falcon. Now the reason there's 3 parts is because in the show itself, you've got an escape pod which pops off, and it's nice that they actually incorporated that into this model or toy. I'm going to call it either or because it's up to you what you call it. Straight at the beginning here. It's not a nice noise, is it? I apologise. I'm going to use the scissors. I don't want to rip it. So in here essentially you've got your stickers for the different parts of Skybase. and you've also got some instructions on how to put it together. And then you've got, as I said, you've got your angel here. This is your Skybase itself. Quite a bit of weight to this. And then just tilt it down slightly. And then tucked away in all the different sections, you've got all the different end pieces essentially. I'm not going to build them all right in front of you because it's a bit delicate. So based on the age of this, it's not like a Lego set where I break it and just rebuild it. So I'll get all this built up and I'll be right back. And here it is. So this is it all built up. So in terms of removable parts, you've got one at the front, this side piece, there's one at the rear, and there's another one on this side. And then you've got the bridge, which just clips into place. So there are all your removable parts. For reference, these side pieces don't come off very easily. I've never been able to take them off, even with historic Skybases I've had in the past. I used to have one when I was little, and I've rebought these since, but I've never managed to get that off. So once you take it out of the box, it's not going back in, just for reference, unless you can find a way. I don't know, you might be able to loosen some screws and take it out a different way, not sure. I think the front pieces are quite easy to get off, but yeah, that's that. We'll start with Destiny Angel, his ship, her ship, it's just a ship. We've got Colonel White, he doesn't fly it. So nice model of Destiny's ship here, or a simple Angel interceptor. It is labelled as Destiny and is very accurate to the show itself. The escape pod that I mentioned earlier, which is also shown on the box in detail, I'll show you now. So basically, front pops off, and then it essentially detaches like that. So essentially that would kind of crash land, and then you've got your, let's say, escape pod essentially, which is quite cool. I'll just put them to one side for a second. And your escape pod. There is a scene in the show where she comes into crash land. That's the thing in the first 2 episodes, which is quite cool to see. Then you've got Colonel White's figure. Not much to say about him. He has his hat on, and will bring us quite nicely onto the bridge itself. So the bridge, not just aesthetics, but a bit of a squeak then. It does lift up, and it's got a little bit of detail of central control, so you can pop him, as well as a few other figures you want to, in the bridge. In the bridge, so he's nice and safe. Likewise, you can put him in the rest of the Skybase. In terms of weight, now we've talked about the box. Talk about the creaks. It is quite sturdy. Like I say, it's quite a strong model of the ship. Of Skybase isn't really a ship; it's more of a command station. So we'll start this side. So looking at it side on, in terms of detail, you've got the engines. So you've got some here, 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 and here. That got quite annoying, didn't it? So yeah, it's got 6 engines in total, which I think there's another episode which covers Skybase being sabotaged, and it's kind of hurtling towards the city below, which Captain Scarlet, as usual, rescues the day by getting Skybase back all up and running, and then doesn't crash. So it's good to hear. Starting on this side, so it's split into 2 sections, and they clip up. Now, I haven't put the stickers on this yet, so the stickers I showed you earlier would fit along here. And then you've got like quite a bit of space for detail inside there, not detail, quite a bit of space for all the vehicles that you're going to buy separately and all the models. So again, a lot of detail considering You know, essentially this is a kid's toy of when it was released for the show. In my mind, it's more collectors now because people like the show, but it's whatever you prefer. It's not actually broadcasting on CITV anymore. Hasn't been for many years, but you can still go and check it out on various platforms, including Blu-ray as well. So, and that just clips back on there. Just while I'm here, I might as well show you this feature. So the Albatross, which carries the Rhino, always deploys from the bottom of Skybase. So they have, and it's actually where the batteries go. So there is actually, I didn't think I'd start with the detail on the bottom, but I have now. There is a lot of detail on the bottom of Skybase. So right in the center, I can't point because I'll drop it, is where the batteries go, but it's also where, in the show, is where the Albatross releases. And there's 2 on board Skybase. So, and a lot of details from the different engines. And you can see 4 feet there. So that essentially keeps it off the ground, gives it a bit of height essentially. So that's that side. Taking a look around this side. So I'll just get the Angel, put it back together first. So it just quite simply just clips back together like that. Nice and easy. Now in the show there's 5 Angels at all time, well most times, 5 Falcon Interceptors. You don't get 5 of this. You can buy other kits that have got the Interceptor in. This is the only one that comes with, Skybase is the only one that comes with the one where it detaches the skateboard. The others don't have detachable mechanism essentially. So essentially, before I land it, there's an extra feature. So there is a little switch which I can press things like this, and you can't see because it's tilted, but that's essentially the Angel kind of landing, and it's very sound effects, if you can just about hear me now. And there is also, you can't quite see them on the camera lens, but there is 3 lights which light up, so it looks really good at night. So when I was little, I used to turn all the lights off in my bedroom. Coming into land, lights flashing. Yeah, that's just me. Yeah, you've got landing ones on this side, which is this button, and then there's another button here, which I'm not going to go through every phrase. We're under attack. But there's a few. Scarlet all personnel. Captain Black must be stopped. Actually, we will go through every single one. SIG. And another one. This is Captain Blue to Skybase. Spectrum is green. Now you can watch time run out. So they're from different scenes of the show, of course. Launch the Angels. Condition red. Another one. Vampire Squadron, this is Colonel White. Welcome to Skybase. SIG. Another one. Skybase, this is Destiny Angel. We are approaching from the west. SIG. Crash crews, escape pod is coming in for crash landing. That's the scene I mentioned earlier about, there's a scene where she comes in to crash land. This is Central Control. Angels, immediate launch. Always loved that catchphrase. Not catchphrase, I always loved it when Lieutenant Green said that. We're under attack. And then back to as we were. So quite a lot of sound effects included, and quite a lot of sorry, I tried to show the lights, just realised that the camera can't quite see them just because of the refresh rate. Yeah, so this is just your sound effects for landing and taking off, and this is just your voice overs. So very good. That's them. In terms of this side, so you've got your Angel Falcon. There is actually slight grooves on Skybase itself, which you can use. So yeah, you come to land either way you like, and then you essentially can go into this platform, as I've just done there, and as shown on the back of the box, there is a little lever. I have to position it just right. There's a little lever, and suddenly it's disappeared. And then you can open this side, and as you can see, we've got more stuff to look at. So you can take the Angel off that, and there's a turntable which you can move, and position the Falcon Interceptor on. There is a repair arm as well. Let's just move that out of the way, and then more sound effects. So in this show, when it's kind of, I don't know, reloading, it has to land down the turntable on one side of Skybase, through it as it goes, more fuel, more missiles, etc. And then once it's got to the other side, then this turntable goes down, and then Destiny goes onto this side, and then I will essentially just raise this side up, and I'll clip that back down, and then up it goes again, and just position it. And then essentially that's ready for launch again. So off, you can press your button. Where's that? These are just flashing lights at the moment. And then use your imagination. And that's your process for essentially landing, taking off. So always love doing that, and still do. Why not? So I'll put that there for a second. That's about it for the internals of Skybase. And yeah, there's not much more to talk about in terms of exterior. As I mentioned, plenty of detail inside the cockpit. Colonel White's fallen over because I was tilting Skybase 90 degrees in the air. Probably not advised. You can store Destiny's ship on this side, where the Angels are supposed to be, or as I mentioned, you can store it on this side with all the other vehicles. Now, one thing I used to like to do as a kid as well is, because it's got individual feet in the bottom, you could either make something, prop it up, and then prop it up higher essentially if you wanted to, and I don't know, create some good scenes, or lots of functionality. And just while we're on this side, the actual turntables themselves, there's a little lever here, which you basically slide up for down and down for up. So, and that's the same on this side as well. So that's how that works. Yeah, that's about it for Skybase itself. Next up, we'll take a look at what you can actually buy to make this more than just Destiny's private garage. Essentially, there's more vehicles you can buy for this. Let's take a look at them. So, there's quite a lot of stuff on the table. As you can see, there's quite a bit you can buy for Skybase to kind of go with it and make it look even better. I'll just put this to one side so we can actually see what we're doing. So, there's 4 mini vehicles sets you can buy in total. We're going to take an in-depth look at them in a separate video, but as a brief overview, we'll go through them in no particular order. We've got, in this particular box, we've got the Swift, Hummingbird and Cheetah, and we also get Captain Scarlet's minifigure. In this one, which is my favourite, we've got the Albatross and we've got the Rhino, and you get Captain Blue with that one. So that's that one. In this one, you also get the Cheetah, but just to confuse you, in this one, you get the Cheetah with the wings folded out, like on the first or second episode of the show in Series 1, where he overtakes the tractor. So the Cheetah can fly to a certain degree, it can fly. So that's with the wings folded out. This is with the wings folded in. You also get the Druznik, and you get the Stallion Raid bike, which you can remove the wings. Finally, you've got the emergency vehicle, which is also known as the rescue truck. You've got Destiny Angel, and you've got Fred, and you've got another Falcon. As I mentioned, this Falcon doesn't have the detachable escape pod. And sorry, with this one, you also get Captain Black. So these 4 sets are definitely worth picking up, and there will be an in-depth video review of all 4 of them in one video. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed if you'd like to see that video. That's about it for Skybase. If you can pick one of these up, if you are, a fan of Captain Scarlet, and you Captain Scarlet to be specific, then I definitely recommend picking this up. This is a must-have any collector for this show. Yeah, that's about it. So I do hope you enjoyed the video. Please like. If you've got any questions or any questions at all about any of this, yeah, then just leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Check out our socials. They're all linked below as well. In the meantime, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. See you.